YouTube. Today I'm going to do The Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 7 Episode 11. It was an okay episode, but we'll get into it. It started off where it left off last week, where Claudia and Nene was going at it like two little banshees. Like, I was here for Claudia reading, talking shit to Nene. It wasn't so much talking shit. It was like not backing down to Nene. Like all the other girls will shut up and not say nothing else and let Nene get. They be like, oh, that's Nene. But Claudia wasn't, and I was here fucking for it. All that. I got cars because they was talking about being repossessed, and she was like, okay, what else is new? I'm not repossessed now. I got a gang of cars in my garage and all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, what's your point? Do you have stocks and bonds? Do you have anything that's gonna make you some money in the long run besides the clothing line that you shaded everybody else for in previous seasons for having a clothing line? But you got this bogus ass clothing line. Like, that's it. That's the only thing your money is invested in, and we know how that works with y'all Real Housewives with the clothing line. So stop saying how rich you are, Nene. Like, we don't care. We don't. Because you still a bitch. And we don't like rich bitches. Like, come on now. Like, we don't mind you being rich, but when you a bitch with it, it takes everything away from how much money you got, how much success you got. It takes all of that. Then they start arguing over designer clothes and, oh, I got mine off the runway. Bitch is still ugly. Regardless of where it came from. That shit was still ugly. Claudia, your outfit wasn't that too cute either. I'm just saying, like, I hate when bitches throw out designers like the shit just because of who the designer is, it makes it cute. No, it don't. It really don't make it cute at all. But like I said, Nene, with all that rich shit, that don't make it cute. They kept going back and forth, up until the ladies, Team Pretty, what they call themselves, walked off. And Demetria walked away with them, which I would have too. Bitch, y'all don't like me. Y'all talking about me, y'all, Nene was making comments about her singing, so was Phaedra. Why would she sit there? So they go to one other side, and I liked how Demetria and, Claudia and Kenya apologized to Demetria and Cynthia for the way they acted. Even though, you know, Claudia still was shading Nene. Oh my God, when she said that bitch had a cat hair or hat hair, I died. Cause I'm sorry, all of the hair comments I was here for, because bitch, Nene, stop acting like. First of all, Nene, don't ever talk about nobody motherfucking hair. I don't give a fuck if it's a bob or it's a straight hair or it's a mushroom or it's a flipped up. I don't care. Bitch, when your hair look like that in them confessionals and at that table, hair should have been the last thing you tried to come on somebody with. I'm just saying. Because you just gave everybody material to talk about your ass. Like, don't ever talk about nobody's hair. Anyway, moving on from that bullshit. Like I said, they all split up. Nene and them was still at the table talking about Demetria, talking about Claudia. Claudia and them just telling Demetria how they couldn't take it no more of her, you know, the way they were doing Demetria. So they couldn't take it no more and all this good stuff, whatever. I'm trying to remember my notes. What else happened? Oh, Kandi, you fake. You're fake, Kandi. Y'all pumped Demetria. And then now she said, then you can't be making little side comments on her. She read you, Nene. So Nene can say something else smart about them. Like, Kandi messy as fuck. Like, Kandi plays the middle. She plays both sides. Like, you cool with them, but then you making jabs about the girl when she ain't right there, but you cool with her. Like, for real, Kandi, like, shut the fuck up. Like, oops, shut the fuck up. Anyway, they did tell Phaedra how she was shading Demetria, and she felt like she wasn't. She don't want to take responsibility for her actions. So the next day, they all split up, and Team Pretty somewhere like in a jacuzzi like thing, and then you got the other girls talking about, Nene talking about how she felt bad for the way she came at her. Nene, you only felt bad because it was on camera. That's the only reason why Nene felt bad. She just was like, oh, I get home and I think about it, or I look back at it and be like, girl, I should have said that. Yeah, you're on camera. That's why you feel like that. But you meant every fucking word and thing you said about this girl. And the only reason why I say that is because you kept going on through the whole trip about this girl Coochie. So you didn't feel too bad. If you felt bad about it, you wouldn't still be talking about this girl Coochie every fucking chance you get. Every chance. But then get mad that she talked about you, bitch. And I feel Claudia feel like, why is these girls able to say something, but then when we say something, it's a problem. I don't understand why they keep blaming Kenya for people saying stuff, because she was like, oh, Kenya making them order drinks. If we recall, Nene, your group of girls ordered the same drink as you. Champagne was already on the table for the whole goddamn table. You and your girls ordered the same fucking drinks. So get up off the Kenya, like, for real, for real. Like, for right now. I'm just saying. Just right now. I'm just saying. So, anyway, Phaedra feel like she should go home. And they started talking about how long they've been up. And Phaedra was like, I've been up since 4. So they like, for what? She was like, I've been on the phone. I'm like, you wasn't on the phone with Apollo. So who you was on the phone with, Phaedra? Because you damn sure wasn't on the phone with Apollo. But that ain't my business, whatever. But Nene Shay talking about, I don't know who she was on the phone with, but I ain't mad about her getting hurt, you know, something about her coochie. And I'm sitting there like, really? Really? Y'all don't care about her cheating in her marriage. Because that bitch is still married and the man still live at home. They are not separated. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. They still live in the same home. So it's okay just because he's on his way to jail is for her to cheat on him. Now if this was Apollo cheating on her, then what? I mean, come on, for real, for real. Like, I mean, I'm not saying Apollo not cheating on Phaedra, because I think he has and it still is, or still is, I'm just saying. But I don't think it's so, I don't see why was it okay for Phaedra to go get her damn coochie snapped back, but she's still married. She's still the Christian lady, remember? What happened? But okay, Nene, it's okay for your homegirls to fuck with married people or be married and fuck with other people. But it wasn't okay for Kim Zodiac to fuck married men. Oh, but I forgot. Nene's divorce wasn't finalized when she was fucking an Italian man in season 5 either. So maybe that's how they roll. Anyway, so they go shopping or whatever, and they looking at this necklace that $440,000 that Portia says she can get, and Nene shades her once again, talking about, I don't know who she's sleeping with, but she can go out of the country and drive nice cars, and okay, but y'all friends though. Nene shades them every fucking chance they got. That's why I say Nene not their friend. Them the only motherfuckers that will film with Nene. That's why she hanging with them. But she's always shading her friends. Anyway, Cynthia, Kitten, and Claudia, they having drinks and they're talking about the drama. Who cares? Demetria is rehearsing, and then after rehearsal, she goes to Phaedra's room to apologize for her actions. Now, she did not apologize for what she said. I think she said it was how I said it, but she never apologized for what she said. And I wouldn't either, because I feel like Phaedra deserved every fucking thing that Demetria gave to her. And I hope Demetria continue to shade her, because even after Demetria apologized, Phaedra still was shading the fuck out of Demetria. She just wasn't catching it. Even in the confessionals, she was like, oh, now something about her, she ain't gonna talk about her little music no more. Then she talked about her dress, and Demetria wasn't catching none of that. And I'm sitting there like, girl, she still don't like you. Because watch when she get with her friends, she gonna laugh and talk about you again. So she don't like you. So anyway, after that, Kandi has this do-over party, because since her first party didn't go right, this party went okay. Everybody was cool. They asked Portia about when they gonna see her man or whatever, and I'm sitting there like, girl. Then they asked about what's one thing that you say during sex to turn your man on or something, and it goes straight to Portia, and Portia was like, well, I'm not gonna say, but I do say I call myself names. So then Kenya shades the shit out of her in the confession and talking about, what do you call yourself, mistress and side chick or some shit she was saying. I do remember Mistress. And the whole time I'm like, shut up, Kenya. Like, don't do it. And I like, all y'all, don't do it. Like, that's the only, your confessionals don't do nothing but fire motherfuckers to talk about you, especially when you and had all this backlash. And I'm not saying that it was justified or right. Other shit you did. But you said you had a man. We never saw your man. So, don't. And it's not confirmed that this girl is a side chick. Well, to the world. Now, to y'all. Now, everybody in that motherfucker knows something that we don't know. Kenya, Portia, Nene, and Kandi, and Cynthia have, since that first episode, have talked about Portia and being with this African man and all this kind of stuff. So, I don't understand why it was such a surprise later on in the episode. But, yeah. Then they played that dildo game between the legs. I didn't give a fuck. I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't care. But just as well as Nene was shading, I mean, Kenya was shading Portia. When she said that, so was motherfucking Nene. I'm just saying. And Kenya not her friend, so hey. Then on the way to, let me talk about this on the way to the bus, because I don't want the camera to stop. This whole stupid argument, petty bullshit that happened on that bus. First, Nene feeling some kind of way because Claudia called her out about her show being canceled. So she was like, since everybody want to talk about the new normal being canceled, I'm going to give you guys all 2 tickets because I'm going to be on Broadway. Okay, Nene, but the Broadway thing only lasts a couple of weeks, and then what? I'm just saying, like, no shade of taking that from you. But don't act like that shit is going to be continuing. It's only like a couple of weeks and it's over. But she felt some kind of way, so she had to throw back out that she's doing something else. She had to throw that in their face since they threw it in her face that her show been canceled. Okay, whatever. But I'm like, if you such this rich bitch and successful and confident, you didn't have to throw that Broadway in their face. You should have been like, well, I got a job on Broadway. I'm inviting you ladies. But no, the way you said it was shady as fuck. So then they all, you know, her and Claudia started going back at it because she was talking about how Claudia was saying something. Claudia was like, bitch, you did the same fucking thing. Like, don't act like you didn't say some shit. I said some shit. Nene started apologizing or whatever because Claudia was like, you called me a whore and all this kind of stuff and you don't know nothing about me. You know, both of them was playing Google. Both of them. Both of them playing Google on each other, and I was sitting there like, y'all always say don't believe what you hear on the internet and the blogs, but as soon as y'all get in an argument, y'all throw everything that the blogs have said about each other. I don't get it. But y'all don't want, y'all cuss out the blogs, y'all talk about the blogs, but y'all run and get all y'all information from them instead of knowing facts and shit like that. Come on now. Both of them, not just one of them. Both of them. So they going back and forth, and everybody is telling, you know, Claudia to leave it alone. You know, this is, if Nene apologized, hey, be happy with it, because she don't apologize to nobody else. Everybody was saying that in the confessional. But they were telling her to let it go, whatever. Then Portia jumps in about telling her to let it go, and I'm sitting there like, when you have dirt, let the other 2 people argue, because your dirt always gonna get threw up in your face. I'm just saying, especially if the person don't too much care for you. And since Portia has shaded Claudia at that radio station and stuff like that, this gave Claudia the perfect opportunity to say something back to Portia. And then she felt some kind of way about Portia laughing at Nene calling her a whore. But I'm like, all of them ladies, well, not all of them, but Kandi was sitting there laughing. Phaedra was sitting there laughing when that girl called you a whore. But I guess since Portia is the weakest link, that's who we gonna go after. So she started going after her about her laughing, and then gonna say, and I know for a fact that you've been sleeping with a married African dude. I'm like, ooh. But I was like, hey, I heard it too. I'm just saying. So then Nene started taking up for Portia, and I'm sitting there like, but you have said it also. All y'all have said it. Then I think it was Cynthia pulled out a screenshot, and it was then Bravo put up a thing of B. Scott, lovebscott.com. Alright, love me some B. Scott. pulled up B. Scott's article about Portia, and then she was like, you don't know nothing about me. You don't know nothing about my personal life. Well, y'all didn't know nothing about Kenya's personal life either, and y'all was sitting here calling her all kind of whores and saying that her African man was delusional and all that, and I'm just saying, like, and then, like, and we know that Nene had said something about she seen him before. Then she took it back and said he was invisible. So they gave all y'all the thing to say he was invisible. Y'all didn't have facts on that, and y'all did it. I'm just saying, y'all. It's funny how when your shit get through out, it's no facts, and don't talk about me, and don't catch no lawsuit, Kenya, because Kenya kept chiming in about her car and paperwork coming to Cordell's house. And I'm like, how the fuck you know what comes to Cordell's house? How the fuck do you know? You been talking to Cordell? Why? Because you don't like Kenya? Portia, because there's no need for you to be talking to Cordell. Y'all wasn't friends before this, so why are y'all friends all of a sudden now because you don't like her? Like, I call them out. I don't give a fuck who I like on this show. I call them out. Like, why are y'all talking to Cordell and know what his mail is? Y'all talking to the mailman? Like, what's going on? I don't get it. But Portia was pissed. Portia was pissed, but I'm like, you opened them cans of worms when you jumped up in that argument. You should have set your ass back like Kandi and Phaedra. I'm like, you should set your ass back. Because, hey, and then I'm sitting there like, Cynthia, shut the fuck up. Because remember at the table when they was having drinks, I meant to talk about this, and Kenya was talking about, they were talking about how she been jumped into like the pretty girl gang and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sitting there like, why is Cynthia a part of this? Yeah, she's pretty, but that bitch ain't got no backbone. She ain't hard. She ain't really stood up to Nene like she's supposed to. Like, why she part of that gang? Girl, boo. Anyway, so the argument was petty. Now Portia ready to go home because she ain't got her business put all out there on camera and whoop, whoop, whoop. But it was just funny how Nene and them was trying to defend her like they hadn't already said something about her African man. That just killed me. But anyway, they get to Demetria's performance late than a motherfucker. And I'm sitting there like, really, Nene? Remember, you wouldn't let nobody in your motherfucking house because they was late. I paid for this food and I paid for these taters and they was late and you didn't let nobody in. But it was okay for y'all to be late to Demetria thing. For real? For real? I'm just saying. So they get there right before Demetria performs 100. I love the song with my girl, The Brat. That's like one of my favorite female rappers of all fucking times is The Brat. Love her. I want her to come back and kill the game. Like, love her. But Demetria did okay. You could tell there was a lot of editing going on, but hey, she did alright for what it was. She was in Puerto Rico. She had a job. Hey, all of a sudden, all the girls supporting her because they see that she got vocals. And I'm like, Kandi, I'm trying to work with her now that you see she got vocals. Remember, you didn't want to work with no Housewives then. But that was all that basically happened on the show. They went backstage. They told her how she did good and all that kind of stuff. And they took a group picture because I did see Kandi posted on Facebook today that they did do the group picture. Because after all the arguing, Nene was like, are we going to do a group picture or what? And Claudia was like, yeah, we can still do it. Portia didn't want to do it because you could tell she was pressed. But hey, they took the picture. And I think in the picture, Nene was standing by Claudia in the picture. I'm just saying. But anyway, next week. What I want to say about next week. Come on, Claudia. Like, for real. I like you and all that. But to try to get with Cordell, get his information, go on a date, you better hope that's motherfucking editing. Because I'm going to read the fuck out of you. I don't care how much you don't like Portia. But to try to get back at her by trying to date her ex-husband. Fucked up. Fucked up. Bitches get drugged like that. I'm just saying. Like, I don't give a fuck how much you don't like me. But don't try to hurt me like that. Bitches, I'm just saying. So I just hope it's editing and they just trying to make us watch it next week because I hope it's a business dealing or something because I really don't want to read you for going after somebody's ex-husband. I don't give a fuck if y'all friends or not. I'm just saying. But that's my review for Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 7, Episode 11. Tell me what you guys thought about it. We can agree to disagree. Just don't be disrespectful. And check out my girl Ashley Miller. Much love from KY. Cemented. Say Sean Bradley, I want to call The Flawless Hustle. I think that's his name. KJ. Go check him out. Also a new YouTuber. We are pumping her channel up. We promoting her channel because we all about support. Is Lady Nika. LadyNyca. Lady Nika. Go check out her channel. Subscribe to her channel and all that good stuff. And make sure you subscribe to mine if you haven't. Share my video. Like it and all that good stuff. Follow me on all social media by The Ghetto View. THA, not THE. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace out.